No.
Quickly, say something incriminating.
Incriminating. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Dumbass class.
Forgot to something.
Let me first just say that Taiwan is a country. Fuck you, shitty the poo. Welcome back to the
You're
Rogue
gonna have to be
Trader
like John
game.
Cena.
Yeah, why
That's
not?
okay, I'm happy.
Say something controversial.
Oh
Well,
boy.
there's something truthful. Also so truthful, we're playing Rogue Trader. Welcome back everyone to the Furry Kingdom. Why I created this game, I'm not sure. It seemed funny at the time.
So, you guys want to know a funny story about Shetland?
Shetland? What, where the ponies come from?
Shetland, where the battle was fought. Of Denmark.
We're in the middle of a session, Gary. Oh, I'll be.
Yeah, they are. I'll post it in chat so this can continue.
If I had more Danish viewers, I might say yes. So to the Danes out there, get viewing. So, in the last episode, as a reminder, because it's been a week or two, our group, most of them, except from the degenerate, were invited to go and, well, she was invited, she declined. But they were all invited to the Elders' house, temple, citadel thing. Where they went through a psychic hallucination, memory transference kind of weird, psychery bullshit nonsense. They were showed the two main tragedies of the Fetid race. The first being essentially their creation or sorry, not their creation, their final liberation from their creators. At least one or a group of humans on this world gave the, I suppose I'm just going to say it as I see it, the Cat Clan more psychic potential and more human attributes, which made them better at leadership. This innate ability was meant to help lead the Fetid race in the right direction. After this happened, basically there was a bit of a war. The Men of Iron came, fucked things up before a shield was activated, which saved the world and the Fetid race. After a long ass time passed along, the Imperium finally came. Once the Imperium came was when their second tragedy happened. Things were going very well for quite some time, enough time for the memories to show our explorers that the rogue trader who had originally found this world had quote-unquote aged, not aged. He was using rejuvenates, and they could see the passage of time, so a decent chunk went past of the Imperium, or the rogue trader, at the very least, and the Fetids coexisting on this world. And then the second tragedy happened, a great betrayal. Our group now come back out of that warp hallucination, weird, trippy shit. It takes you a few moments of just being dumbfounded, like you were almost struck dumb, where you kind of just stare into the fire, the throat singing noise has stopped, and you're still just staring into the fire, these memories flashing through your head, almost like you're replaying it from the start to the end again as you just stare into the fire. To be honest with you, it would probably be Cray who would be more likely, with his logical mind and altered mind because of his mechanical implants, to come back to reality first properly and like start blinking and looking around and seeing things. But I imagine Abby would follow shortly after, and then Heinrich, who's currently not in the game. Heinrich saddens me.
I may have opened Korea.
No, As you
Hang
do
on.
start focusing on things, what you'll notice is there's a number of boiling vessels around the fire. The Harmony. No, that's the assistant. No, Harmony's the assistant. So Harmony, the old cat woman who's like her eyes are glazed over. She basically is blind. She is currently just sat down. Her eyes are open, just sipping quietly on a hot beverage. Her assistant seems to be preparing other drinking vessels and so on for you. Cray, as you come back to reality first, she takes notice of this and pours hot water through what looks like a straining vessel thing, and you get past a drink. It's up to you whether you drink it or not. At the moment, because you're Adeptus Mechanicus, and my understanding of why we do not see psychically active Mechanicus members is because part of your brain has to be removed to insert your Adeptus Mechanicus implants, like the basic ones. I think it's damage to the brain that kind of stops them from being full-on psychers. So you're not feeling the side effects quite as much as what the others are. You do feel kind of touched, like emotionally. You're not quite sure if you're sad, if you're happy. There's just a real confusion there. For Abby and Heinrich, you feel melancholic. You're very down in the dumps at the moment, and you feel a little bit nauseous, and the room kind of moves, sways from left to right ever so slightly. So yeah, it's up to you, Cray, if you drink the drink that's been offered. And Abby and Heinrich, you also get...
Can I smell it?
Yep, it has a slightly sweet, spicy aroma. As the other two come to, you can see that it looks like it's herbs and spices that have hot water poured on them to the rim of the cup, and then they just steep.
I'm suspicious of it.
Sure.
I don't know if I should drink. I mean, Gray knows it's polite to drink, but he has bad experiences with the drinks of herbs on this world.
That's perfect.
Well, let's do a scrutiny roll.
I mean, that's your own shit, but I'm not gonna bother with scrutiny roll or anything. After like feeling a melancholy, the wave that kind of hits, I'll just gladly accept the drink, look at the rest of you, and just shrug my shoulders and take a drink.
Okay. It's, think of it, it's not a mulled wine, but it has the spices of a mulled wine in it, just not the alcohol content. So it's like cloves, cinnamon, things like that. As you take a sip, Heinrich, you do get a flush feeling, like a heat flush that runs over your face, like a tingling. It slowly pulls with every sip. It pulls you out of this melancholic like feeling, and kind of raises you up again. But it doesn't give you a buzz or anything like that. It's a really weird, more of a comforting, warming feeling than anything, narcotic wise. And as for your scrutiny roll, you failed. Hang on. Yep, you failed. So as you sniff it, you're like, is that almond?
It's poison.
Almond is poisonous. It could be cyanide. And then you see Heinrich drinking from it and looking, a more relieved expression comes over. It's like,
Like, sweet death. Yeah, I know that.
Sweet.
I didn't
Finally,
Heinrich not immediately falling through or starting shouting random shit. He takes small sips of it.
So, Cray, for you, you feel the flush over your face, or what remains of the flesh on your face. For you, it was more of a confusing mix of emotions that you weren't quite able to key down to one. That does start to leave, and you just relaxed isn't an emotion, but that kind of comes over you, just like ah. So as Heinrich,
Well, since we're all committing ritual suicide, I might as well. So Abby takes a drink as well.
and as you
Not
take
there.
a sip, Abby, you see Heinrich start to cough and hold his throat slightly. Curious expression comes over his face.
I immediately stop drinking.
I stop choking and look at you both. You fucking idiots.
So, whilst Harmony wouldn't have noticed, Holly, the assistant, she would have noticed that you had coughed and like grabbed your throat, and she would have been like, "Huh?" But then seeing that there's banter between you, she's like, "Okay." So I see you have all come back to us. Harmony?
Yeah. Was that Harmony that said that, or was
Yes,
that Holly?
Harmony. Yeah, Harmony, the elder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. That was something. I'll look over at Abby, realize she's blind, and give her a swift poke with my foot.
It was a different perspective than the things I've seen before, from the mind of one of one of the troops of the rogue trader.
She looks down into the fire for a time. I would think so. If he was close to the battlefield, then the front. He may have seen far more. Is why my clan do not hunt. We keep to ourselves, protect our border. But we don't seek vengeance. The Fettits were not the only ones we betrayed.
Do you know where that army from the south came from?
It must have been from the ruins. We had always thought it had been destroyed utterly, that no one could have survived. But we were wrong. The Fettits we found, the ones that escaped, were proof, but we did not wish to believe that that was the case. And we do not know what the others were up to. His clan, Mechanicus, They are gone from our memories for a long time. The ecclesiarchy, they too went, took their land, built their temple, and isolated themselves for a long time from our memories anyway. But it was the main city of this world. Long ago. We have few memories of it. You saw when the earliest memories.
Did you have any contact with any of the humans on the planet?
No. We were told that when the evil ones came, the men of iron, they would destroy the city completely. When we were in our northern refuge, those humans that were there died out, or were I can't remember the word for bred out. There's a word for it, but it escapes me. So they were bred out.
Outbred.
No, I didn't think it was outbred. I thought there was another word for it where it's like a more subtle word for. Yeah, they
I don't think there
genocide?
is.
No, they were just bred out. There wasn't enough of them. No murder happened.
Well, soft genocide, but you know.
They joined with their clans. Slowly became more fetid. Hideous.
Look, we already alienated West Taiwan, so we don't have to stop here.
Oh no. Alright, start learning Chinese, lads. We're gonna do a John Cena.
Never.
Nah, fuck that.
So yeah, so they didn't have any other contact with humans. Not after they left.
Okay.
Interesting, because I do recall the Smith and the miner saying that their people traded with Fetids.
This is true.
Or with someone from the forest.
This is true.
Yeah.
But
Rule scrutiny, maybe?
So she tells you that the main, basically one of the rules is they don't trade with humans. They don't, unless a Fetid brings you in, like with you guys, they just try to avoid them unless they come into their territory, in which case they just kill them. You can roll scrutiny, sure.
I don't think she would lie to us.
She gives off, looking at her, she gives off no signs that she is lying. Like, there's no eye twitches or anything like that.
It might not be like a willing lie. She might just not know about this smaller section of the tribe that has done it.
I will remind
I'm
you
gonna
of the
do
crafty
it
fox.
for what?
I will remind you of the crafty fox who only a few hours ago in game
yes.
broke the rules to...
Yeah. I'm still going to do it just in case that she is withholding something, but this is just my trade senses.
Yeah,
I
she's not
wasted my
lying.
one good roll of the session.
So Abby, you've got a funny feeling she might be lying, but you're not entirely sure. There is a bonus to this because she's a little blind old lady who's just sat peacefully in a chair. Well, on the floor, on cushions.
Does that bonus account for a 95?
Well, it counts for a plus 30. So you have still got 1 degree of failure. It doesn't get rounded up, so it's 1 degree. And it's a 95, not a 96. 96, I might have been like, yeah, you think she's lying to you. But no, you think, there may be a lie in there, but you're not entirely sure. She seems just too innocent and sweet. But maybe she's crafty.
In that case, yeah, I'll ask her about it. We've heard from 2 people from the ecclesiarchy, or the temple, to the west. Yeah, west. That they claim they've traded with Vettids.
When you say that, there's an audible click. Not click, like clink. Of something from Holly's side, like she's doing stuff in the corner, and there's an audible like clink of she's tapped a glass or a vessel or something together, accidentally knocking it. And Harmony's ears twitch in that direction, and her head does tilt. Not to my knowledge, and not to our rules. Harmony, do you know otherwise than this? Harmony turning round.
Holly, you mean?
Hang on, let me zoom in. Oh, sorry, yeah, Holly.
I don't think you should have named both of them with an H.
Well, all of the cat people seem to have been named with a H, at least in the visions.
Ah.
At the beginning, woman, cat, Neko thing also began with a H, if I remember correctly.
If that did happen, and yes, that was exactly by my design.
God fucking damn it.
Sometimes my brain,
Yeah, so I was sure it wasn't, because I'm still waiting for the Tiffany to show up.
Well, Giddy, your
Yes,
name
yes.
also begins with an H, so you got something
Yes,
to
yes.
explain.
Listen, I wasn't going to reveal it yet, but
he takes off his hat. Cat ears. So Holly turns round and no, Elder. There is nothing that I need to inform you about. Harmony. Holly, you stuttered. What are you not telling me? I've just realised I have just changed her voice, but never mind. Fuck it, I'll go with it for now. So Holly, again, her ears kind of twitch and go down a little bit. Sorry, Elder. We have traded with humans in the past, and there are times when we have had trade partners. It is for items that we cannot acquire, Elder, but we must have. Who is trading, Holly? And Holly ears kind of go down, and Thomas has asked some of his clan if they see humans looking for wood from the forest to leave wood when they next come back. never. He kind of looks to the floor, looks around, looks really awkward, and him not tell humans to trade, him leave open to interpretation. He says this not breaking rules, but it not going with rules either.
I love this.
The Harmony, the older cat lady, kind of her shoulders visibly like shrink ever so slightly and go in, and him always walk thin line with clan rules and tribe. You will need to keep a better eye on him, Holly, when your time comes to lead. If he trading with ecclesiarchy, if they come with fire and armor, we may lose forest. He will have to be punished to show example.
Ali will interject, saying, I didn't want to cause any trouble by revealing that. He does seem very reliable. He was quite friendly when we met him.
He has always been a troublemaker, but he walks a thin line and keeps just on the right side of it. He is very crafty like that. But
maybe you could use that to your advantage. Or that of all the Fetids.
It is true. He does still put the tribe first, and then clan and personal gains after. But rules are rules, and it is a leader's job to make sure all enforce, all follow these rules, otherwise none will. But we will decide upon it later. There is no need to act too soon on the matter. But it is
personally,
our
Miss.
custom not to trade with you.
Personally, Miss, I do believe you're missing an opportunity with Thomas if you were to punish his action like so. If he is using a little ingenuity to assist the tribe in such a way, is that not a mutual benefit? He gets to explore his own word skills and such, and by extension, the tribe prospers that little bit more. It's a secret at the moment, but punishing him publicly will reveal that perhaps some of the things that he acquired and was able to give to the tribe or provide the tribe would bite everyone in the butt. They see that this is the stuff they could only get through Thomas, and Thomas can no longer get it.
She kind of nods and listens to your counsel, This is true, and we would not punish him publicly, but he should know to come to us, ask permission. There are ways. He has a mindset to purposely not inform. He kind of stops for a moment, and he is a rebel, but a good-hearted.
I'm a man of my own heart, then.
Or maybe he
Is
just
that
gets
why we
a
lug a
friend.
Xeno around with us?
A swift kick to the blind woman again.
I think he enjoys what he does a little too much. But I will take your counsel into consideration.
I don't like punishing second to Foxborough, but god damn it.
No, she said it will take some time. She's not going to rush into things. It's time for something good to happen. She's like, okay, no need to be punished then.
Right,
Look, out of character, I'm looking at that information and thinking we could use that to meet up with people from the ecclesiarchy without getting shot.
That's a good idea.
Oh boy.
I mean, you do know where the ecclesiarchal, basically the church, cathedral, that's the word. You know where the ecclesiarchy built a cathedral to the God Emperor on World? So you know where it is now. You could, as long as you had the supplies, just walk over there.
I think so long as we don't show up with the mutant at the forefront, the mutant, the fucking Xeno at the forefront. I think the ecclesiarchy would be a little bit more accommodating of us. But
well, we were told that they would shoot on sight unless we were a trading caravan.
So that's also the direct opinion of the Thetics. If you're walking out and you're clearly humans with Imperial regalia on, which most of you do have, excluding one in particular, they're going to be able to see that. Even if they see an Aquila through a sniper scope, that's going to be more than enough reason to be like, okay, go and get a sister or go and get a preacher. Someone's actually got an Aquila. What? Okay, don't shoot. Versus, they've got a tail.
That's a tail, that's a fox snout, that's literally bull.
So it depends on, like, for you, Abby, thinking like, wait, would they shoot someone dressed like me, looking down, I know you can't see, but looking down at your astropathic robes with the markings and everything? You're like, well, that would be treason if they are, loyal. And again, same with Cray. He's in the red robes of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The ecclesiarchy just shoot on sight. Not a good idea.
I mean, if they do shoot me, I go to the Mechanicus and start racing the place.
Yeah, I think Abby in particular is painfully aware that most people will shoot her the moment she starts twitching the wrong way.
So, on a personal level, yes, very much so. But when you're talking about the Adeptuses, they do have procedures that they have to go through. Yes, you're on a world where they may have been cut off for a very long time, But at the same time, I can tell you now, it's very uncommon to see an Aquila being wielded by people. It's very uncommon to see, finely dressed Imperial regalia being worn, even if it's tattered, ripped and worn. It's a real rarity. So, yeah, once they find out you're a psyker, okay, sure, some of them may be like, oh, do we purge this one? But still, each individual has their opinion on it. You just need to hope that the Sister Superior
just don't say like, yeah, this is a blessing. I'm blessed in the God Emperor's image, or whatever the hell Waldo said.
Yeah.
Fucking priest chair.
Yeah.
I am the closest to the. I am the closest to the.
You know what? I've seen the Emperor and you haven't. I'm closer to the Emperor than you will ever be.
Basically that.
Yeah, that. Don't say that.
Yeah, that will be something that they'll be like, huh,
That's what,
motherfucker.
also that's what Waldo said. And then he's surprised. You said was what Waldo said when he pissed off the priest.
Yeah, he mentioned
I mean,
how
Abby, backstory-wise, is exactly that kind of psycho.
But
I know.
I guess we'll have another friend that has, enemies. Enemy ecclesiarchy, but that's fine.
No.
Don't think he has enemy ecclesiarchy, only enemy adeptus mechanicus.
Yeah, that's what he has.
Yeah. Yeah, don't talk about Germans.
Oh, I can get peer ecclesiarchy, so they might actually like me.
No. I gave it to him. I was like, yeah, you pissed them off so much, they are all pissed at you. You get enemy adeptus mechanicus. The only one who doesn't hate him is VV, and that's because he's a heretic.
He's a heretic.
He is adeptus mechanicus, and he thinks he's loyal, but the shit that he's done makes him a heretic. So he's like, well, I like.
He's an inquisitorial adeptus mechanicus. Put it that way.
Yeah, and again, he is corrupting. He is corrupting the other mechanicus in the party, all but one. Festus is the only. No, not Festus. That's the preacher. There's one mechanicus, the really devout one who hates pretty much everyone in the group. He's the only one who's not being corrupted because
no one talks to him.
Yeah, because he's like, well, I don't. You're all heretics. You all don't do the rituals of awakening and all this shit, to use your data slate. So he's like, well, everyone's a heretic. He's the tech priest who takes 20 minutes to turn the coffee machine on,
Ever walked past him and just turns it on, and he's just fucking reads binarily.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So,
well, currently I do have Peer the Insane, so I think I would get along with most people in 40k.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Kind of. So were there any other questions you wanted to ask about the hallucination, the shared memories, what was going on, or anything else?
Did the rogue trader have a location nearby that he used as like a home, a house, resting point, or was it always conducted out of his ship?
He landed many ships. It was south, I think, from his monolith. He erected it as a symbol of his claiming the world for the Imperium. We Fetists did not oppose this, but it was south. They built prefabricated structures.
The standard Imperial building and such.
We
Makes sense.
Pointed it out once. You'll remember the memory. They had a map, and this is where the ecclesiarchy were shown where they could build their cathedral. although you don't see it on the map, you do remember, and this will be a constant thing, the memory flashes before your eyes quickly with association as she's talking, which is a bit unnerving because your memories don't normally act like that. But you're kind of like, okay. He basically pointed, and there was conversation, and he basically said, yes, we were building down to the south as it's good lands, blah blah blah, all this nonsense. Yeah. So it'd be, so you have a kind of direction for it because it's south from the monolith. You don't have an exact pointer.
Actually, Abby
now,
will ask her if she's interested in the memories she got from the Shadowkin.
Okay. I will tell you now. South of the monolith puts it in between two of the locations that were marked on the map. As she looks at you, we thank you, but I don't know if you show me your memories. I think only I will see them. They will not go into our clan's lived memories, which is what you have seen.
It might shed some light on the happenstances of that tragedy.
Sure, she agrees.
So, if she's willing to receive those memories, I'd use Thought Send together with Total Recall.
Yep, no, if you roll to do the power, I mean, essentially you can roll again and again and again, but it'll be a chance for your character to realise, I farted, but nothing happened. How strange.
I don't have to roll because there is no focus power test for Thought Send. It's just something I can do.
Oh, okay. So you go into, not a meditative trance, but you kind of just relax yourself and activate the power, and send over the memories that you gained from him. Once the transmission, whatever, once it's ended, you do see that there will be a tear that comes down from one of her eyes. I know it was a betrayal for all. To see it from their side kind of shivers ever so slightly. I see now why they thought it was us betraying them. These creatures, you know them as demons because you did see a demon in his memory. We Fetids have not seen these things. What are they? Are they things of manufacture? Created like us?
Abby would shake her head. They are beings of the warp. The beyond.
She sighs heavily, and our learning of our powers is limited from what the rogue traders, astropaths, told us. Those that would speak to one of my clan. We learnt some things from them. When the shield came down, we sealed away our powers because of the things that were happening. We were not aware that things like that existed in the other realm. Sorry, not realm, dimension. Sorry, the Fetids know it as the other dimension, because there are 2 dimensions in 40k.
If you wish, I could share my teachings.
There's almost a look of like dread on her face, and I don't think it is necessary for me. I will pass soon, but my apprentice has a long life ahead of her. She will need the knowledge more than I do now. I do not think I could handle learning more detail of these things. If you want to add on a side mission for yourself, Abby, you can spend some time teaching Holly about the warp and all the miserable shit that dwells within it.
Here's how you summon demons.
No,
I do
no.
have Forbidden Lore, Psychers, and Warp, so
Yeah,
she'd probably be interested in that.
Psychers and warp doesn't bring up this. How you summon Slanesh? That's something that Waldo knows. And Jim's other character.
And Casper.
Every Jim's character. Come on, it's me.
Well, you 3 had demonology, you know. Yeah.
I had a demon in my head.
This is true. And Waldo technically has one who's interested in his head, so...
Yeah, we don't know it yet, though.
No, he knows that the demons are...
Usually he's very much aware.
He knows, but we don't. Anyway, back to Flecks.
Yeah, most of you were deafened. I forgot about that. I just remembered. Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to ask? The teaching thing will need to be like, it will take hours to go through all the knowledge that you have. That's why it's technically a side mission.
Well, Abby, Craig, do you have anything to ask? Or anything else to ask?
Actually, since I have the Elder in front of me...
I'm blessed.
So, you know, about worshipping the God Emperor.
I'm going to groan and continue sipping my tea.
We know of the God Emperor. He... From what we were told, he is a powerful god that protects those that worship him. But he did not protect the Fetids from the betrayal. those who were loyal to him were not protected from the deception that fell upon their eyes. We have taken up many customs. We do respect his house, as we demonstrated by naming our main outpost other than the fortress in the north, the Emperor's Sanctum. But his creatures have never truly accepted fetish. Only one or two of the preachers from the rogue trader's ship wanted to tell us truly of the God Emperor. The rest saw us as mutants, which we told them we are not. It goes on a bit more, but in short, they're not opposed to the God Emperor. It's just they have not been made welcome by the ecclesiarchy at any point of time. So they're oh, what's the word? They're Christians. They say their prayers. Do they really think God is going to protect them? Not really. They kind of think they have to protect themselves. They still say their prayers.
That's because they don't believe hard enough.
Spoken like a true fanatic. Very true. Very true. Although, yeah, in 40k, it's such a miserable way that GW have explained it, because somehow the Sisters of Battle can actually get protected by the God Emperor, yet other preachers get splatted, and it's like, how are these powers of faith and not powers of the peni? You know, one has a peni and doesn't get the powers. One is drawn very sexily, you know, in power armor with nice figure and everything, and they do get the powers. So
it's actually more to do with the psychic awakening now, because it's even been revealed that with the opening of the Cicatrix Maledictum, even the powers of faith have got stronger.
So I was going to say the only book that has kind of changed this that I know of recently is Plague Wars, where you follow Gilliman fighting Mortarian's brothers, sons, and Mortarian as well, I think. But in that, Gilliman's in a plague-infested land of Nurgle, and his ecclesiarchal preacher, who's his right-hand man to speak to the ecclesiarchy, is walking around barefoot. You know, and Gilliman's looking down at him going, how the fuck are you not dead? Like, my Primaris are all in special power armor to stay alive. How are you? So, they are...
Jesus. Wait, no.
They are changing it. They are changing it.
Yeah.
It used to be, at the very least. But, so yeah, they're not opposed to it. Don't get me wrong. They're just not going to church. What is it? It's like 7 times or 4 times a day, like you're meant to in 40k. Something weird like that.
There are at least 7 prayers to say a day, as well as going to church. It depends on the world. An ecclesiarchal world, you're probably expected to go there every day of the week. Other places, you're probably expected to go there once a week. Maybe twice, 3 times. Also depends on how long a week actually is for the world.
Yeah. There are so many minutiae details to take into the whole. How many times does a person need to pray in Imperium? How
many times does a person really need to, eat, sleep, or pee?
Yeah, yeah. Who knows how many hours a
Well,
day there are on each world?
Abby would say, if you wish, I could teach what I know about that as well, seeing as how through him I gain my powers and he protects me. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him.
Again, basically the same sentence about tell it to Holly. I'm too old and dying. But Holly looks around and, whilst I am happy to learn, take in knowledge for the rest of my clan, one is not protected. One must know how to protect themselves. I am happy to hear, but if you expect the Fetits to wait in prayer to be saved, it will not happen.
Abby will not. Can't expect the Emperor to do all the work.
If you are
not in our
praying,
instinct.
expecting the Emperor to save you at all times, that's also a large mistake. If you put too much faith in he will act for you, he will not act.
You
There is
misunderstand.
a sense.
It's not in our instinct.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. What you were describing there is also not the correct way. What you're describing is actually fairly accurate to the faith to begin with. You should look to defend yourself. Give thanks, give praise to the Emperor for every day that you're still alive in this cruel, cruel universe. But look out for yourself, your clan, your family, everyone around you.
She nods to that. But what I also mean is, for Fetits, we come from... She kind of looks a little confused, as if she doesn't truly understand what the whole thing was. She's seen the memories, she has the understanding of her ancestors, but still, each Fetit is individual in how much they comprehend the information. We are born of human and animal, but each animal has left more or less of an imprint. We are predators. Our instinct is to fight, to move, not stay still. For the others, she looks really kind of sad before speaking next. The prey Fetits. Their instinct is to congregate, to stay together, move as one, do as others do. Why so many leave when they did. It's hard on our clans not to leave, but we have instinct it's not safe yet. Their instinct tell them to move on. They not learn of God Emperor. She'll gesture around, obviously meaning outside. Because you'll look around and you won't see it in the room. You not see their clans here anymore. They have left from us forever. But when you want to teach me of the warp and our psychic powers, I'm more than happy to listen and learn.
Abby will look at her for a moment, and then nod. You should know that he protects me from those beings from beyond. So my teachings will revolve around him as well.
I will try. I will listen.
Out of character, I think she'll understand that better once Abby explains to her what astropaths do. And that, that wouldn't be possible without the God Emperor.
Yeah.
I think for the
We'll see how
meantime,
much
we're
she comprehends.
pretty much good. We don't really have to do it now, do we?
No. That's all. That will be, so like I said, side missions. When you have time to kill in the Fetic community, you can do stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything else, I think.
Ray? Anything?
No, not really. Don't have anything
This
to
is
add.
your time to ask about those guns on the towers.
Yeah, the fucking las cannon on the roof, my dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
There's also the guns those foxes carry that are standing on the towers
I
at the
don't
walls.
think I'm allowed to ask. Can I bring one of those as cannons with me?
No, but you can ask about them.
All right.
Maybe you can ask to have a look at them.
So, where did you find those cannons on those towers?
The cannon was brought from our fortress in the north. It was placed here when we first came to the forest. The power generator for it is functional, but we require several components before we can keep it active constantly. Right now, we have to keep it off. When we need to fire the weapon, we can activate it. But those that installed it have long since passed. Thomas's clan would know more. Kai, unfortunately, knows little of the tinkering art. He took a different path.
This fortress, does it have vehicles?
There are vehicles in our northern fortress, but many of them have ceased function. We traded some to the rogue trader for valuable supplies at the time. I am aware there are other facilities on this world, although I do not know their exact locations. You might find parts there or even vehicles if you were to I'm sorry, you cannot go north yet. Once I have passed, Polly can decide if you'll be welcome there or not. But we do not have any vehicles in this location, no.
I see. He makes a mental note to start to have a talk with Thomas.
Is there a plane flying over your house?
That is indeed correct.
Okay. Oh,
Very astute observation.
I was just like, that sounds like it's coming in low.
I'm about 10 kilometers away from an airport.
No, fair enough.
If it is even 10 kilometers.
I mean, I'm over the flight path of Southampton Airport, depending on where the plane's coming in from. So, yeah. It's kind of a bastard. Whenever I'm on a plane, I literally see the plane flying over my house. I'm like, oh.
I mean,
Can I not just
at
jump
least, it's
out
not,
now?
at least the Russians with their Antonovs no longer visit, because those guns blow off the roof tiles. Anyway,
so
we digress.
Essentially, she tells you that if you want to look at the weapon, you can't really, as it's this place's primary source of defense. Well, yeah, it's the big boy defense. However, if you improve your relations with the Fettits, then Polly will decide, when she passes.
Sounds like political marriages are inbound.
More 12 go shotgun shells.
Political shotgun marriages.
Now you just need to make the shotgun shells, and then the shotgun. Marvelous.
It was more a joke about.
We need a pair of pliers and a hammer.
Of expediting her
shotgun shells.
passing. Anyway, that's just internal mind remembering.
Sure. Was there anything else?
Not really. I want to talk to Thingy Magic.
Thomas.
How's he called?
Thomas, the craftiest of the foxes.
You could ask them if they need any help around here.
I want to talk to
a
Thomas
tech
first.
priest.
I want to talk to
talking to the
Thomas
elder
first.
right now, though.
Yeah, but the elder won't give me the tech. Thomas will.
No,
I misheard that. I really misheard that. I'm concerned.
Yeah, I could see. I heard it right, but I was like, if you change, and then you said you misheard that. I was like, I could see how you could have.
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah, kind of.
Get your mind out of together.
Thomas knows of technical stuff. She doesn't. So if it's of a technical nature, Thomas would be the one to ask of it. But if you want permission to do stuff, you would have to ask the elder.
Who says I wanted permission?
No, so for example, to go and actually go up and look at the weapon. He said no. You can ask Thomas about the generators, the weapons, and everything, and he can let you know what's actually broken. But
if that's all the questions the group want to ask, LB, unit.
That's everything for me.
All right.
Yeah, for me as well.
Okay, so I'll ask just first then that. Oh, hang on. Let me just mute this real quick. I'll ask first that, since it seems my companions are finished their questions for now, I have more or less just 2 left. When we leave here, of course, we return back to the camp, and we carry on. But would there be possibility of another meeting at some point in the future to discuss other things? Maybe answer more questions.
Kai has made his intentions clear. You are to be trusted, be traded with, and to be accepted. For as long as I live, I will trust Kai, and he trusts you. Most of you.
That more or less answers my second question as well, and that is, if we if we passed your test or trial or such, and if Kai and his tribe are safe, as he put a lot on the line for us to come here, and I hope we didn't disappoint in such a way that it risks those he cares about, as he's done a great deal for us.
In truth, his clan were always safe. But everyone who has to take a great risk is going to do it for the right reason. It is my way of leadership, but he looks over at Holly. That might not continue. Kai believed his clan were at risk, so he told me not to trust the strange-looking one. He was honest beyond reproach of your intentions that he knew of. You tried to help the Izmirians, yet they did not ask for it, nor particularly want it. You aided him when there was no need to, other than equal opportunities. That was more than enough for me to understand that you are not you did not deserve to be treated as we would treat those of Izmir. Had you brought an Izmirian into our camp, they would not have left. They would sell us out for a short-term win, not seeing the long-term advantage of our alliance.
Abby can fully understand that from her
Yeah.
conversations to the elder.
Although, again, the winds of change may be blowing strongly.
A little psychophant. Emperor's will, not winds of change.
Well, since my time, it seems as if my people, or at the very least yours, have begun to be more accepting if Thomas has been trading with those of the ecclesiarchy, then that is a great change since when I was able to see.
Have a smile and let a bow. Realize she's blind and kind of says,
Actually,
"Sit there for a second."
I do have one more question.
Yes.
Why did you ask for me specifically to attend? The others were given a choice. I wasn't. Was it only because I happened to share, or rather have the
You.
gift, or
You, my dear, are the most dangerous to my people. If you had been a threat, I could have given my life to stop you.
I guess she really does know about the Dark Eldar. Huh.
Abby will not
Well.
just say, I understand, and leave it at that.
I will.
Like, she doesn't seem offended at all.
I will be honest. There are some memories that are personal to each fetid that passes those memories on. There are creatures on this world that are gifted. It is rare, but there are times when they are powerful. I have seen my clansmen torn apart by ones touched as you are, or gifted. So I knew you would have to be singled out. But at the same time, you'll have to forgive me for that reasoning, as you were, well, you could speak and had control. Most that I have ever met did not have any control, or only a loose grip.
There's nothing to forgive. I'm quite aware that most who happen to have abilities like this aren't to be trusted, and can be quite dangerous for those around them. We don't treat them any other way in the Empire, or Imperium. It's those that are sanctioned that are to be trusted.
Then you took a great risk. I understand. He's like, as mutually understanding. Yeah, you could fuck shit up.
Dome sphere. Wait, no, it will. I fucked it up.
So, with that, there are no more questions. Respectful bows here and there, and goodbyes. And you guys leave. Welling. Muttermouth would be back, probably over by his wife. Why wouldn't he spend more time with his wife? As you guys come out, I will chuck you over to the campfire. Oh no, I've grabbed far more than I wanted to. Chuck you over there. We'll do a connect. There. The protector, Jinx. He pretty much, as soon as the door opens, his eyes are on you. He is pretty much like the wolf he looks like, staring at sheep. Even though you may be well armed, actually you're not at the moment. So yeah, staring at sheep. He doesn't give the normal like snarling look at you. It's just his eyes that burn at you, and again, his cybernetic eye that gives off electricity. his claws are deactivated, but it seems as if that eye is constantly giving off this bluish static that runs across the side of his face and his fur. The others kind of, they look at you like they don't trust you. The Catman, Joseph, does like look at you guys with interest, but pretty much the Tiger Clan and the Wolf Clan. God, why did I fucking do this? I am Jinx, first of my name. God, fucking, where's the bolter? They seem to be very, and the Hyena Clan. They seem to be very, suspicious of you, and like, you just don't feel welcome. And then as soon as you get into the Fox Clan, like, the whole aura just seems to have changed. Like, there's food on the go, bowls have been laid out, hot drinks have been laid out. Thomas is eyeing you up like excitedly, like, oh, I can tell them shit now. They can ask me things. Oh, secrets can be told. All this kind of excitement going on through him. Yeah, the Fetid. Keep forgetting this. The Fetid. Not a village. Each one is a clan, but the clan is under the umbrella of the tribe. So there's a divide in the tribe. That's what I was trying to remember to say. How did you know he screams his name before he charges?
Just a hunch, really.
Yes, you are reunited with the degenerate. So Kalindra, what can I really say? Your comrades go in, and you're kind of ostracized. Not to be cruel, but it's almost, once your comrades come out, that aura changes, and you can see that the Fox Clan kind of motion to you. You know, you can come by the fire. We'll talk to you again. But yeah, until they come out, like, they look at you, over at you curiously, like, you know, is she okay? Is she all right? But we can't really do anything until we get the go ahead, until we get, you know, a puppy waiting to play with a toy, kind of. Although, yeah, maybe it was a bad euphemism, you know, analogy. But that's kind of the look. They want to make you feel comfortable, even though you're a degenerate Dark Eldar, but they can't.
Don't worry about it. I don't mind it. While my companions are inside the hut or whatever, if I'm allowed and I don't get too many bad looks, I will walk around the camp just looking around. But again, I chose this. I'm fully aware of what's going to happen.
So as you can get up, like the Fox Clan look a little apprehensive as you walk off. You do get some really dirty looks, especially when you're around the Hyena Clan's area. They're really, like, almost like some of them get up from the fire, move over to their tents so you can't see in, or they close their tents. Like that real, you get the feeling you shouldn't be here. The Wolf Clan down to the bottom. I will actually scroll around for the stream. Hyena Clan. Scroll down. Wolf Clan. The Wolf Clan aren't nearly as bad. They do take notice of you. A couple of them do stand up, like, intimidatingly. You're not intimidated, but they can clear show of strength. This is our territory. We're watching you. But they're not running round like the Hyena Clan was. When you come over to the other side, where it's more of a practice field, target practice, you can see that some of the targets that they've got set up have got burns in them. they're not being used for bow and arrows. Some of them have got musket holes in. I won't lie. But as you like go to look in somewhat like look at the stuff that's collected around, you do notice that you're like, hang on, someone's watching me. You turn around and you can see that the hyena man up here and the tiger man and Jinx, they're all staring at you. They're all watching every move that you make. You can give them a little sassy wave before like heading back and be like, oh, this place is boring.
Just so I know, is it Jax or is it Jinx?
It's
because
Jinx.
It sounds like Jax.
I'm calling him Jinx now. It is Jex, which I'm pretty sure is Jinx, but
No, but
sorry,
that's Jax.
Jax. But we're calling him Jinx now. I'm going to change it at one point.
Yeah.
I'll change it to Jix. Yeah, my brain says how it worked. Don't fucking comment. I put it in the bastard name, Dyslexic Gamer. Don't ask me about spelling. Okay. God damn you, Jim.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. My brain was just going to be
Jinx
like,
Jax or Jax Jinx. It's Dodgy Dave all over again. His first name is
glorious.
His first name is Dodgy. His last name is Dave. Because it's Mary Dave.
Yes.
Hey, look, there were kids in the Victorian times called Salt and Pepper, Piss Pot. You know, the names we used to use are fucking hilarious. So, yeah, Dodgy, why not?
Why not?
So, is there anything
No, that's fine by me.
the group wants to say to your degenerate comrade as you come out into the new light of a day?
Hello, degenerate. You were sentenced to death.
Can I roll awareness while I was walking around? Just so I can do something.
Yeah, sure, by all means.
Maybe I'll see something curious. Where is awareness? Been so long. Awareness. I give it my bonus because it should already be added. I pass.
Do you see anything curious? So something you don't see on the map. There are actually females of other clans. I couldn't find tokens for all of them that were YouTube friendly. I could find tokens. Don't get me wrong. There's more than enough degeneracy out there for me to not to worry about it. But how much of it is safe for YouTube? Not a whole lot. But by all means, if you want to make some fan art and send it in somehow, I'll figure out a way. Message me and I'll send you a Discord link, and you'll be the only person in the server for a while.
Wait, just out of character curiosity, you know, when those hyena females walk around, do the males seem kind of cucked?
They look like the men, to be honest. The female hyenas, it's kind of difficult to tell them apart. You're like, hang on a minute. Is that one a female or is that one a female?
No, the females have the bigger bulge because, yeah.
Yep. As far as my understanding of hyena physiology, I think they're all hermaphrodites, essentially.
No, it's not that they're hermaphrodites. Females have a pseudo dick.
Yep. Also, we don't have to go into the biology of hyenas in the middle of the stream, guys. Come on.
That's just why
we talked about the one at the start. This isn't a decrease in quality.
That's just
we
why
didn't make the fetids after, you know, real world animals. No. That's all this fault. We're just asking questions here.
Look, I know this made Furry Kingdom, but still.
Yeah, I didn't think this one through. I thought it'd be funny to start with, but then I realised, oh yeah, you have to narrate all this shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, why? I don't even like furries. I could understand if I was a massive furry fan and had like a suit and shit, but I find it quite too far into degeneracy. Like, okay, we've got our own species. let alone the fantasy ones that make sense, like elves and shit. Now you want to add this into the pile? Like,
I mean, some people do like their soft floof.
also, I will
Look
point
at it
out,
this way: if you did like furries, most of us probably wouldn't be playing anymore because it would just be too cringe.
this is true. I
It'd
do
be like
like
that green
Spice
text story of this was your furry coming out story,
I do
and then
like
we all got
Spice
melted
and
and
Wolf.
killed them.
I do like Spice and Wolf, but that's look, that's a different thing. That's an anime thing, and it's mainly human with ears, you know.
There's a scale somewhere of
There is.
acceptable furry.
The scale that this world is on is very much in the what is wrong with you kind of a scale. It's not a human with ears. It is a full weird hybrid. So yeah, not the place for sexy times unless you get plastered Heinrich. Well, I don't know. Maybe Abby or Kalindra. I doubt Cray, but we'll move on. So you've come out. You've rolled your awareness with your 3 degrees. On the scale. Honestly, what are you kind of looking for? Because there's not anything dodgy going on or anything that really draws your eye. Don't. If anything, it almost looks like there's a bit of a God damn it! The word
Honestly,
was in my mouth.
You kind of already gave me, I think, before I even rolled. I was looking for what type of weaponry they might have, and you literally told me that. I saw, musket holes. I saw, las, scars and stuff like that in this place over here. So I'm just basically assessing how strong these people are.
Okay, so you're looking
what type
for,
of stuff they have and shit like that.
You're looking for military strength. Okay, no, I can round that down a bit more. So you don't see any storage of guns, but you do see a couple of properly built buildings. Obviously the Elders building is one of them. But this building here is also of a decent old construct. As well as this one down here. This one looks as if it is kind of a workshop, as it does have a blacksmith's area outside. But as you look, there's 2 doors. One of them you think has got to be like a warehouse of some such. And as you're looking at the door itself, it's a modern door. Same with the blacksmith's one. The forge, it's like the best style of old forge you could make, but it doesn't look like it's 100,000 years old. It doesn't look like it's ancient built, although this is the problem with archaeotech, old buildings. It is. So whoever, out of character, whoever built this, however long ago the humans were actually on world, this was made to be one of those. It's a modern building that has a forge built into it for those hunters who are like, oh, you need your arrows specially made, or oh well, we have a forge where you can make them yourself, or you can have your blacksmith make them yourself, or our blacksmith on site can make your arrows or repair your sword or all that shit. And it does look like it's being used, but both the doors on there are modern constructs, and they're proper. When you look at the keyhole, it looks like a proper decent security lock on there. You do get some dodgy looks as you look behind you. The Jinx is looking at you with really kind of glare coming off of him. As you look around more, there are a couple of ammo crates in the stockpile here. that you'd recognize them from raids on the Imperium. They do look like the ones that are used for auto gun rounds. You might have seen a few of them if you've been on real space raids before. But yeah, you don't see any weaponry, but your best hunch would be that it's stored in this building here. Because there's ammo here, there's a shooting range, it all, you know, in proximity makes sense.
It all lines up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But as for extra weaponry, you're not sure.
But I also notice that the type of clothing they're wearing, how well made they are. Because currently I'm wearing armor that is made out of bones.
Yeah, so you can see those fetits that are... So the fetits are a little bit of a weird one, because some of them aren't wearing clothes, but you can tell they look like they've got a lot more fur on them. They're a bit bulkier. Some of them are wearing clothes, like the Tiger Clan. They're all wearing clothes. There's not many of them. They're all properly made, and it does look as if they have military purpose. Like, it looks like they've got a type of bulletproof vest on. At least the two that are working as guards at the moment. The rest of them, again, there's not many. They wouldn't be wearing the armor, but they are wearing well-made clothes with combat-esque elements. You know, like you can see where, okay, they can keep extra ammo here, they can keep a concealed weapon, blah blah blah. But the only ones that are armed, armored, and looking like they're ready to go are the two tigers, Jinx, and all of the guards on the towers. They all seem to have... It would be a very odd flak armor, I guess, because it's not Imperial Guard chunky flak armor. I guess it'd be classed as best quality flak armor, because it's actually made to fit almost the individual. They are generic, but it's just made much better quality than Imperial Guard. But it would be a type of flak armor. You don't really see any holy shit power armor or any armors or things like that, but they definitely do have, like, the power claws that Jinx has. You see them and you're like, if they have access to that technology, they could have access to power armors and things like that. But when you look and you see how rare it is, you're like, surely this is Monkai, like Archaeotech, the stuff that they don't have anymore. It's like 1 in 100 million of them has something cool. But then you do see the guns that the guards are holding, and you're like, that's far nicer than the Monkai auto guns that I saw when I did my last raiding. So maybe there's a few more of these special items lying about than your average world. So in terms of how dangerous are the fetits, from your quick your quick look around and a bit of a guess, not that difficult. There's not that many weapons that you see per person, even estimating with more inside. The building's not that big. They could only hold maybe 40 weapons in there, give or take, 10. You reckon like 2-3 good raiding parties, like the small raiding crafts, would easily take this place. Maybe one if they were your cabal and attacked at night in the perfect situation.
No, cool. That is basically all I wanted to know, actually.
Sure. So you regroup with the rest of your comrades, kind of the people who you hang around with to get food off of. I hope to. there anything the group wants to talk about at the moment?
You mean the people you owe your life to?
Oh yeah, the
No,
soup
I
with
would never say that or think that.
the raccoons would have
It's
killed
more
you.
like that. It's like that dog meme, or it's the wolf meme of like, oh, there's some humans over there with fire and food. Spending the night with that's not going to be too bad. 100 years later, we have pugs. Or thousands of years later, we have pugs.
Yeah.
Also, no.
Yeah.
uh, when we come back, I'll look to Lindra and ask, how are you feeling? You all right? Nothing happened in the camp while we were gone.
I'm just gonna shrug. If you mean if anything fun happened, no, it hasn't happened. Just, the odd luck every now and then, but yeah, that is to be expected.
Seeming your definition of fun, that's good for now.
I think the Fetids would trust you more if you try to involve yourself.
I'm just going to smirk and look at you like, really?
With a shrug and, well, it seems the chief trusts us a good bit more now, thankfully. Well, I should preface that as us.
Oh, that might be fortunate. From what I see, these people are, as curious as this will sound, they're far more advanced than your regular monkai on this planet. I was surprised.
You don't say. Survivors of Old Night. At least they're the descendants of the survivors of Old Night. Sorry, is it Old Night or?
Yep.
No,
No.
it's not Old Night. It's what do you call it?
It's technically it is Old Night, because after the Iron Men fucked shit up, you then had the psychic storms that ripped through the galaxy, which was also part of Slanesh's birth into the world and the galaxy. The enslavers turned up, and all this other fucking horrible shit got thrown at humanity. Until the God Emperor brought his light back to us. And then that was taken away, so yeah.
Well, in the meantime, we are slightly more better off now here with them. So we should make the most of it, help out when we can, and all that good stuff. But
See, this is the point where I wish my character knew about all of that, so she could make snippy remarks about how her race ruined everything.
It's a thing, though, you don't know. So,
Look what your
Sadly.
degeneracy did. Fuck's sake.
you do realize that that's like 10,000-year-old history.
No, it's
Oh,
older.
yeah.
It's older than that now. Way older than that. But
I'm giving you a
Oldest-
generator because I don't know when we are in the timeline.
the oldest
no,
homunculi.
even then,
Oh yeah. So
it's still
you're talking 20,000 years from 40k. I think it's 20,000 or more, because you've got 30k is when the God Emperor was around, and then 20k,
yeah,
roughly ish, somewhere around there, is when
probably
you have
mid 20K is when everything kind of started to. God damn it.
I think mid 20k or early 20k was the height of humanity's the golden age, and then the slow descent down started. No, I think things petered for a while, and then Slanesh was born, at least in my head. And and that's what turned the Men of Iron. And then after the Men of Iron turned, humanity after that Great War just started to, okay, we beat the Men of Iron. Let's try and get shit back to, and then all the warp storms came and fucked warp travel up. It's like,
You're getting very quiet again.
Oh,
Yeah,
I may have
you
moved
sounded
away
muffled
from my
just
mic.
now.
I should edge closer to my mic. Is this better?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
I got too relaxed.
Usually it happens after a while when you talk.
I get too relaxed. I start falling back in my chair and moving away from the mic. It gets quieter and quieter and quieter until. That's the only thing I can explain it to. Yeah. So, one, are we good to carry on for a while?
I'm good for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I might need to leave in like 15.
Okay. So what would you like to do now? The Fox clan technically is gesturing you over, you know, to come back and chill with them. They have goodies. The other clans, you would notice as you look around, especially Kalindra would notice far more, because she was actually more aware of how they were looking at her before. Some of them are still looking very similarly. Like, they do not trust you. However, the Wolf clan has kind of accepted the leader of the pack's orders. You know, she's basically said that you're good. You've come out there. There's no order to kill. So right, she's allowed it. They let it go. The Tiger clan still holds like a little bit too much pride in their strength. It still looks opposing, but their attention is definitely not 100% on you. They are talking, and now they're like looking away from your group. Whereas the Hyena group, the Hyena clan, a lot of them are still watching you guys. Yes, it is more eyed to Kalindra, but they are watching the rest of you as well in that. But yeah, they seem to be the ones that are less listening to. Maybe it's just their instincts to be little bastards.
Would we actually be able to recognize these, the animals they stem from?
So the wolves, yes. The wolves, yes. The space wolves are fucking known about. The wolves of Fenris are a recognized chapter, founding chapter, you know. So you definitely know the wolves. The hyenas, I doubt it. I very much doubt, unless your character was literally a lore, Civic built lore character all the way through and had multiple different laws. Because I don't really want you guys going and getting lore fucking animals or some such shit. So the hyenas you'd struggle with. The foxes, I must imagine some house, someone out there in the Imperium kept the fox as their symbol for their house. Or had foxes as pets, or they were bred for their furs or some such shit. I imagine some abomination of their species still continues within the Imperium. Yeah, it'd pretty much just be the cat women. You'd know that they are a feline. That's a given. But to know what breed they are, probably not. Heinrich, you would have a small chance. Like I'd give you a 10% chance on a D100, well, an intelligence roll. I'd give you a 10% chance of you may, no, not intelligence. Maybe it'd be influence. You don't have influence in this. God damn it. Roll. It'd be some weird D100 roll to be like, have you met a noble who had a hairless cat? You might have done. You're probably one of the only people who might have done. Kalindra doesn't have a clue because, as far as I'm aware, the Dark Eldar don't really see
Well,
animals.
felinids
something
are a
to...
thing.
Oh,
And I don't mean
Felinids?
I don't mean the abhuman felinids. I mean the actual
the cats.
because dogs are kininids.
Yeah.
Felinids are actually cats.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, and there are multiple species of cats. The Ravena books
although
speak of
foxes
them.
are more akin to dogs than cats, aren't they?
I think so. I think foxes are canine and
foxes.
hyenas are feline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I can't remember. It's God damn it! I nearly had it. So in the Ravena books, and who's the other one? Eisenhorn books.
Eisenhorn?
They mention multiple different species of cats, wild cats, like saber-toothed tigers, shit like that, that are on multiple different worlds. So different species of cats have either been taken to these worlds by humans, or cats have appeared on other worlds, or cat-like species. So at least you know it's a feline, but you would have a 10% chance of going, holy shit, Count, whatever her name was, used to have a feline that looked exactly like him, like hairless, and because he really does look like a hairless cat.
So shall I try rolling?
Yeah, if you want.
Like 10%?
Don't technically speaking, Eldar have cats too? I'm pretty sure Rain has a cat.
Yeah. Oh fuck! What the hell do you call them? Grinks?
Yeah, I think that may be it.
As far as I was aware, the Dark Eldar did not have any pets unless they were
because they're
flesh.
no, they definitely don't have
pets.
the Grinks. Dark Eldar don't have the Grinks. They're a psychic. They're a familiar. They're a psychic familiar.
Okay. I know the Eldar, the Craftworld Eldar, have spiritual animals from their lost worlds, and they have holograms, like hollow suites of their lost worlds and the animals that used to live there. I don't know if they have zoos that house them. They might do on their craft worlds. It's possible.
Possibly. To like preserve life from
they might
world.
still not be related to, the animals we know from Earth.
Sure.
No, they'd be completely different species on a different world, but they could still have the characteristics that you'd be like, oh yeah, it looks like a cat, or it looked like it should be in the feline category, or any pet quality animal. As far as I'm aware, they don't have any live species. Like, I didn't know of any Eldar having a pet dog.
Technically speaking, pets I don't think Drukhari keep, but we do keep animals. A lot of them, because we fight them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Aren't your slaves also considered pets?
Animals.
You can see that way, but no, those are slaves.
I'm very much talking about the pet quality here.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, it's a human luxury that they can have. And again, I don't know for Craftworld Eldar. However, the Exodites, I know for a fact they have pets. They have pet dinosaurs.
They have dinosaurs and saber-toothed cats and other primitive fucking animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, those were the grey men. Fucking Xenos.
The Exodites are pretty cool. They have a lot of cool shit.
I really want to say that these giant, like, cat creatures are called Kakarodons, but I know that's not. That's the space shark.
No. The Kakarodons are sharks.
Yeah, but...
It's Kakarodon Astra is the space shark.
For some reason, in my head, whenever I think back to what were those fucking... Because they bring it up multiple times. These huge... like, they are gigantic. These... Cool. Yeah, they are the word that you said earlier. Felinids. What was the fucking... I keep thinking of Kakarodons, but it's not. Anyway. So, yeah. Did you want to roll that D100 with your 10% chance to be like, huh? the Duchess of
Sure.
Milady.
Why
A
not?
strange planet made by.
Oh,
Oh my god, he's does. Holy shit! Nuffle really wanted you to know of it. Like, huh?
Be careful, Getty. Your luck is gonna run out.
I'm gonna fucking die.
So as the cameras begin to go dark, Heinrich just nudges Abby in the ribs. You know that cat man? I swear, the Princess of Lavonia has a pet just like him. Shocked and hand up like the anime from as the furry episode ends. I'm losing my shit over this series. I really don't know why I dived into this. It's funny, don't get me wrong, it is funny, but I have to do the serious parts where I'm just like, god damn it. Oh well, you know, take this RP as a lesson that not all the ideas that are in your head are good ideas, but as long as your players have fun, meh. So, I certainly hope you enjoyed watching as well. That would make me very happy. If you did enjoy watching, why don't you give me a like? And that way I know that I did good. Don't you dare hit that thumbs down. My soul won't take it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Certainly hope you enjoyed. And yeah, take care everyone. As always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.